most important thing about praise and compliments. If it's not genuine, don't do it. Okay? People smell through that stuff so quickly these days, it's not even funny. Right? The sandwich technique barely works anymore because when you start saying to someone, I really like that you did it, they're waiting for the but. Okay? So it has to be genuine praise. Here's an example. Someone was coming to yoga classes once a week. You notice they start coming twice a week. Very simply, tag them in a post saying something to the effect of, just wanted to say, at Susan Smith, it's really nice to see you coming more regularly. You're definitely going to hit those goals quicker now. And just give her a shout out, giving her some praise, letting her know that you notice that she's stepping up her training and she's coming more often, and it's exciting to you as it is to her. Another example is you can give praise to a teacher. If one of your teachers is going above and beyond and doing amazing jobs, after the class in the lobby, mixing it up, getting social with the different people and going beyond, snap a photo of them, or if you can't, just tag them in the post and say, I'm so happy to have you a part of the team. Your classes are amazing. The students love you, and it's just great to work with you. What does that do when we praise people? Well, usually it creates reciprocation. They'll write back, I'm so happy to be a part of the team. ABC Studio is the best. Or a student says that. Thank you so much. It's all because of you guys encouraging me and making me feel comfortable. If we can do this, if we can create these two-way positive conversations, take a step back and think about what that looks like to the audience that's reading it. Susan Smith's friends, all of them on Facebook, are going to see a positive comment from the studio she goes to. Okay, so that shows that, first of all, you treat people like individuals. Second of all, it's a positive place to be, maybe somewhere they want to be. And then they will also see the reciprocation from Susan Smith saying, I'm so glad I'm training with you guys, or whatever the case may be. So, although I will stay pretty firm in that text sucks for posts, I will say that praise is one of the better ways that you can still gain a conversation from it. Lastly, if you're really dry, just get an interesting article or a recommendation. So I'm not going to say go out there and just post every week 6 reasons why you should start at yoga, and then one of them is your special or something like that. No. What I'm talking about is kind of indirect topics that relate back to yoga. So here's an example. 5 tips for better posture. 5 tips for better blood circulation. The benefits of being active. These kinds of articles that just kind of get people lathered up and pre-framed and more accepting of the idea to try a yoga class. Put up articles, make sure you reference the authors, okay? Plagiarization will definitely kind of hurt your image, and people will be able to find, in some cases, if it's an original article or it's not. So always make sure you reference the author. And don't be afraid to put your own recommendations up. All of you are experts in your field, and I know it can be intimidating to write online because you don't know who your audience is all the time, but get out there and go for it. All of you are interesting. All of you are experts. So utilize some of that wisdom and write something. If you've always wanted to write a book, well, here's your prep for that. Start writing some posts, get them ready to go, save them in a Word document somewhere on your computer, and then when it's time to post them, put them up and see what happens. Okay? Are you going to get instantaneous responses and instantaneous results from this? No. You have to stick to that 3-month rule and get it going and evaluate it every week. Okay? Okay. Lastly, on part 2 of our plan, being the content, is examples of content to avoid. Now, again, this is just my suggestion. You can do whatever you like with your brand name. Here's what I've seen hurt fan pages. First off, blatant promotions. Okay, I need you to remember something. Social media, one of the words in it is social. It's about creating conversations. Okay? Very few promotions are remarkable. The only promotions I've seen be remarkable are those Groupon or social living or social shopper type promotions where someone's giving away 25 lessons for $20. Okay, that's a different strategy that we can cover in another webinar. But overall, very few promotions are that exciting. So what I don't want you to do is start putting up posts like, 6 weeks unlimited for $85, or get a free introductory class today with a yoga mat at ABC Yoga. Like, you just make me want to puke. We're on a social channel trying to have conversations. We're trying to enjoy this idle time, and somebody's now polluting my news feed, the little thing that I read, with all these blatant offers. Okay? I don't want to get onto the Auto Trader and see every car that's for sale. I don't want to see every special for every yoga studio either. So don't be one of those people. All it's going to do is kill your following. Nobody is excited about a blatant promotion. That comes when you're able to extract them out of your fan page, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. Okay? So one last example. Imagine right now, in the middle of this webinar, okay, all of us are having a conversation at the end. We're doing our questions and answers. Maybe we start talking about a common topic such as, how many teachers do you have working for your studio and how do you pay them? And we're having this conversation. And imagine, while we're having this conversation, somebody walks by and shouts out at us, 2 weeks of unlimited yoga, just sign up on our website. What would we do? We'd all turn and glare at that person and probably not want to have a conversation with them ever again because we were in the middle of our own conversation and they walked by and yelled over top of all of us. Well, that's what it is like when someone does that capital letters post that talks about a special that they're putting up. So you can tell them I'm a little bit passionate about this. Please avoid just putting up blatant promotions. A little bit of a plug here and there is okay if you mix it up, one of every 8 or 9 posts. But if you're just going to get a fan page for the purpose of uploading, whatever e-flyer or whatever poster you've got in your front lobby, you really got the wrong intentions behind this strategy. Okay, next up, I would avoid religion or politics. Okay, it's one of those things that usually segregates your audience into 2 different groups, maybe more. It's better to stick to a common ground type topic that everybody can talk about. And of course, it's better if you can have it somewhat indirectly related back to your studio. Okay? Erica, I'll cover that a little bit later. There's nothing wrong with plugging. I'll answer it right now. There's nothing wrong with giving a plug for a workshop. But the plug for the workshop should be more of a video of who's going to be coming to teach that workshop and why they're so special. Or if you can't do a video, snap a photo of them and then put up a little exciting post about how interesting the content in the workshop will be and sneak in the link to register or the price to register at the end. But if you just put up something like amazing Asana workshop, $99 for 4 hours, no thanks. You're just going to have people repelled from clicking your posts and looking at your page because they don't want to read advertising. If they wanted to read advertising, they'd go read the newspaper. The reason why they're on social media is to get away from that stuff. So keep that in mind. Okay, back to religion and politics. Leave it alone. If you really want to, go for it. All right? But just understand you will be limiting your audience because people will have contradictory beliefs to you. Also, my last thing I would say I want you to always avoid, if you can, negativity. Okay? On personal pages, I see a lot of people who, they like to say something negative about, I was stuck in traffic today, arg. Or, I was at the coffee shop and it took them 20 minutes to serve my coffee and then it was the wrong one. I don't care. And I'm really not interested in listening to you complain. Okay? Those people that rant on their personal pages, they probably don't run their own business. So let them do that. As a teacher and as a business owner in the community, you don't want to be perceived as a negative person. So keep it positive, okay? All right, so sample plan part 3. I'm going to pick up the pace because we're almost at the end of an hour and I'm sure not all of you have that much time. First off, with part 3, we're talking about the ongoing internal promotion of the fan page. This means once you've launched it, you need to have an ongoing promotion of it internally. Always be reminding people. So teachers should announce in every class with a reason for the students to visit the page. Example, there's videos of poses and combinations I want you to practice from home. They will be posted on the fan page. Please make sure you go to the page. You won't see the videos unless you click the like button. What we're trying to do is massage beyond just the initial email blasts, an ongoing recommendation to go back to that page. Next up, the front desk should always be asking people, students as well as new people walking through the doors, have you seen our fan page yet? Oh, go right here and like it. If you really want to take this to the next